Hello. How are you guys doing? Do you feel the phone? Yes. Hey there. With your sweet Joe, is you cat.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Hello, hey there, Aki. But yeah, sorry for the delay. I had to shower, and then I was like, I want to eat something. I'm hungry, but the soup that I heat up was not too great. I still like ate a bit of it because I'm hungry. But then I threw it away. So I grabbed some rice pudding. I'm just waking up. Let's go. Shower on a stinky Saturday? Yeah, because I'm going out later, and I didn't want to wait until later just in case. So like I'm gonna shower now. But you know, I got into the shower and I was like, warm water. And I spent too long in there. Understandable. Yeah, because I'm going to watch Wicked later today, so I wanted to be showered. I'm watching the game screen, grabbing my thingies. I do shower, yes. I do shower every day. Except on weekends, sometimes. Depends. Oh, we're getting letters from mailing being like, hey, we're working on things. Rage curse Frontline enjoyer. So true. Hey there, Raven. By the way, I know most of you guys know, but I just wanted to remind you guys. I do have a life. I do things other than streaming. Sometimes I'm late because I forgot to eat, or because I had to do something, or because I'm doing something else. I try not to be late too often, but you know, sometimes it happens. Sometimes I simply fall asleep because I'm tired. But yeah, nobody is forcing you to be here, so if you're gonna be an annoying prick about it, you are more than welcome to just leave and do something more productive with your time. I'm gonna do this now. Sometimes it's just like, shower nice. And it's fucking cold. And they cut my power last night. They were doing maintenance, so they cut my power at like 9 p.m. And they cut it like overnight, all night. So when my sister were like, all right, gotta get to it early. Gotta wear some warm pajamas. It's gonna get fucking cold. Yeah, they were doing maintenance on the something power grid, I don't know. So they were like, we're gonna cut the power for scheduled maintenance. Which is like, sure, whatever. But it's cold. It was so funny though, because it was 9 p.m. and they could like, it was like all the power. Like all of it. Like I went out to the street and everything was dark. Like the street lights, the traffic lights. And it was like, sheesh. But it was so funny to me because, yeah, like I was like, damn, it looks dark. Like when you only the car lights will like illuminate the street. But it's so funny because we were like, all right, time to sleep, I guess, and we got into bed, and it had been like 15 minutes since they cut off the power, and suddenly we started hearing the firefighter sirens, like the trucks start like going by your street, and we're like, of course. We're like, it's been 15 minutes, come on. My sister was just like, do you want to survive in LATAM? I love when people forget how candles work instantly. Yeah, I love when people forget that your phone has a flashlight. I assume it was because, as I said, the street lights and the traffic lights were also there. And nobody fucking knows how to drive here. So I'm like, I bet it's a car accident. I bet all those sirens. Man. Not even 15 minutes. If it makes you feel better, I feel like people don't know how to drive. It's a sentiment most places feel. I mean, yes. But also, as someone who comes from a third world country, they drive better than here. And that's saying a lot. It's just like, I feel... I think I talked about this last time I went to Chile. But I feel like, like the drivers there, they're like, yeah, rough conditions make for great drivers. Real. They're like, quote unquote, reckless. But mostly in a smart ways. You know, like yeah, they'll drive like maniacs. But, you know, if they have the space to do the maneuvers and stuff, most of the time, usually. The thing is, like, accidents happen because, you know, two people sometimes will be like, you think you can do that? No, you can't. And, you know, and then they crash. But here, I feel like people are reckless in, like, stupid ways. Like, I've seen so many times people in small cars cutting off 18-wheelers trucks. Like, you know, they're really big cargo trucks, just cutting in front of them. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? Or like, you know, reckless in a way that, you know, actually being reckless, as in like they won't be like, you know, they won't like look at their mirrors and be like, oh, I can make that cutoff, you know, I can make it, and then they'll do it, and it will be very reckless, but you know, they'll do it, which is how I feel it is in like my country. Here they just do it, and they don't even consider whether they can do it or not. They just go for it. If I die, I know how to go to work, real. I feel like driving here is so much more civilized now. Like, yesterday we went downtown with my sister. And there was some taxi guy leaving a passenger. And then, you know, he just went and joined the other line. Like, he just went to join the other line without even looking, and there was a car coming. And it was like, it's like, bro, the car is right there. Just use your fucking mirrors, god damn it. They're there for a reason. Wait till I'm walking to work to hit the bus, real. Mirrors can't hurt you. I swear the mirrors in cars are there for a reason, guys. I promise you. What's in them can exactly. You know how the car mirrors always say like objects are closer than they appear? That is a true warning. It's not just a suggestion. Where was I leveling up? LIND. I don't trust the mirror world and those mirror people. Maybe you should. Mirror pet out, especially the bleaches. I see people use the acceleration lane and shoulder to blast by traffic on the right at 7 in the morning just so they don't have to wait 15 more seconds for a car to move over safely. Yeah, that's the craziest part. Because, you know, you see them like swerve like crazy just to go past you or like some other car. You saw they can get to the traffic jam faster. It's like, what? Like, where were you expecting to go, my man? There's traffic. It's like, congratulations. Now you are one car faster. I don't know. Imagine thinking ahead. No, all of China. No, you're an ass. The guy who was trying to drive 140 on a 90 and then like 2 centimeters behind another car in front. Sheesh! Oh yeah, they do that a lot here also, the tailgating. It's insane. It's like, I don't know, do the I didn't take driving lessons here. Do they not teach you the safe distance to keep from the car in front? Because it feels like nobody fucking knows. They do. Tailgating feels like an assault attempt the way they are so close to your personal space, yeah. Of course they do, but that's a rule for everyone else to follow. You do that for the test and ride that bumper. Sometimes I'm tempted to get those stickers that, you know, if you're too close. I mean, if you can read this, you're too close. But the ones that are like, don't tempt me, I'll kill us both. You know the ones? Because sometimes I am tempted to just brake on them on the highway going 120. And I'm just like, that will not end well for me. But I am so tempted. Just to stick it out to them. There's rear wiper modifications that spray washer fluid backwards for use against tailgaters. Oh, that's genius. I might actually look into this. See if I can get it. Shit me, I have insurance and nothing to lose. What kind of drivers? The low drivers who go 10 under the limit and cost 10 cars to wheel up behind them should be pulled over too. Yeah, no, the slow drivers are also... You know, sometimes in the city, I just like, I'll let it pass and be like, whatever. When they're doing on the highway, it's like, my man. My man. Oh, I haven't done the Alma projector thing. Let me do that actually. There's this category of cars in Sweden that are legally governed to 40 kilometers per hour or less, but they're still allowed on 90 kilometers per hour roads for some reason. What? That's insane. Actually, I'm gonna show you this one, guys. We're gonna watch my annual report together. You can drive the last 16 years. Damn. I am logged in, so I don't think it shows anything too private. So yeah, let's get to the game screen, shall we? Yum. I have nothing open other than YouTube and Twitch on top, so it's fine. Hello. Okay, we're back. The same one, it seems. Let me quickly check that it didn't create a different stream. Okay, yeah, we're okay. Yippee! Yippee! Sorry, my computer just died. I don't know what happened to it. It wasn't even that it turned off. It just went dark. But like, you know, it was still turned on and everything. So like, I don't know, I assume it has this weird thing that it happens, but the M2 where I have Windows installed sometimes disconnects. So I'm assuming it has to do with that. It doesn't happen often enough for me to like super worry about it, but it's not it has happened like 2 times. Oh, that's weird. Yeah. But you know, I also have to say it's like, it hasn't happened often enough for me to super worry about it. It's just been like 2 very separate instances from each other. And now this was not exactly the same because, you know, I could turn it off and then turn it back on with no issues. More about it happens and not quite it keeps happening. Yeah, exactly. It's not a thing of like, oh, this has been happening to my computer. It's like, no, this has happened like once or twice. It's fine. It usually gives a blue screen before it does, though, and then it won't start, and I have to like open the computer and like disconnect the M2 and then like reconnect it. Which is kind of a pain because, you know, the graphic card is huge. Today it just kind of went dark. There was no warning. It just went dark and the fan started going louder. And I had to shoot it down. But then I turn it back on and it's working. So, you know, we're here. We're here for that, whatever that is. Crazy, you have to pull it right to fix it. Yeah, it's insane. But anyway, we're back. We're gonna watch my Elmo thingy, so let's let's get back to that. You should have music. That I have to let you guys hear. Yippee! I can't put it like full screen. Unless I put it on top of my... on top of my thing. Even then it doesn't quite fit. Let's just have it be small. Time goes by so fast, yeah. Let's see. Do you remember the Elmo? The day the Elmo set off on his journey. That was the beginning of all our adventures. Since then, we've traveled together, sometimes enjoying the sights along the way, sometimes pausing to rest. Come take a look at this log. Story you've been creating all along. You woke up on the Elmo on December 3, 2024. Damn! That's when you, Grossa, and all of us began a brand new journey together and created memories that belong to every one of us. The chibis are so cute, I love them. This is the yearly thing that some gachas do. You've taken the Elmo on a leisurely journey, stopping along the way to explore whatever catches your interest. Yet you still spend a total of 241 hours with everyone. This past year was full of memorable moments. On the Elmo, we experienced 16 events together, and no matter what crisis arose, you stood by your side, giving us strength. Here's to sharing even more extraordinary stories in the year ahead. Yippee! I'm getting achievements. December 4, 2024 must have been quite a day. You were busy on the Elmo until... midnight? Huh. Remember to get some rest, Commander. Otherwise, everyone's concern will fill the whole Elmo. Game really snitching the time. Yeah, I'm like, damn. You have recruited 1,091 times in total, including 720 targeted procurements and 371 standard procurements. To bring everyone together, you've devoted great effort, forming the family we now have on the Elmo. Throughout your journey, 24 tactical dolls have joined you, leaving behind unforgettable memories, recording every shared memory, just like mailing those. Yippee! The latest time show for me was like almost 4 AM. Damn! When you're not on missions, you've been exploring outfit collections, collecting 11 outfits and 4 accessories for your dolls. The Elmo's wardrobe is looking ever more fashionable. I know that sounds like a lot, but I've only bought like 1. They just given out a lot of outfits. You got a real eye for weapons, Commander. You collected 85 weapon skins and 89 attachment skins, all ready to give you the edge in battle. Under your guidance, Commander, the Elmo now has 11 max level tactical dolls, and you've collected 17 elite weapons, including 10 at max level. The Barriers heard about this and are already trembling in fear. Under power anxiety? What? And over the past year, we participated in a total of 3,589 battles. Damn. Among them, Tololo was the doll who fought alongside you the most, sharing all those battles together. As long as the commander's with us, nothing can get in our way. Go on, Commander, charge forward. Men's got your back. Make it sturdy, Elmo, and any damaged frames got repaired. And don't worry, Melon definitely won't cry over the lost Sardis gold. Uh-huh. I'm surprised. Hello is not always on my things. You met 45 commanders, proving yourself a real social star of the Yellow Zone. Your powerful elite tools have supported them in battle over 133 times. With my friend here receiving your support the most. Yippee! Over the past year, Commander, you've been keeping your strength under wraps, not enabling those for friend support yet. Your friend Harmonic still helped you in battle 26 times. Next time, remember to show everyone your true power. What, I don't have that enabled? Huh? You also found a like-minded platoon in the Yellow Zone and took part in the Gunman Frontline 33 times, contributing over 39k score. It seems you've been keeping your distance from the expansion drill this past year. Yeah. Guess there's some powerful enemy that scared you off? Don't worry, your littles have the strength to face anything ahead. They're outing me that I don't play. Your spending is on another level. Over the past year, you have spent a total of... That is a big number. 3,577 gold. I find that all the brokers who work with you move to the White Zone. On February 6, 2025, undefined, begin the very first doll to form a covenant with you. Commander, you've never held back your love for the dolls. For the past year, you've gifted 530 items, letting everyone feel your overflowing affection. Now, two dolls have formed a covenant with you. With these special bonds, the Elmo is sure to journey even farther. Another undefined fan. Has that shown up for a lot of people? Yeah, I'm sure the summary is not entirely correct because I'm sure I haven't used Tololo in all of my battles. Everyone has so much they want to say to you, Commander. Whose letter would you most like to receive? Oh, yeah, this is the letter for you. I hope no one was questioning this choice. 12 days. Okay, I can wait. Ah. Okay, we're gonna hide this now so I can share it. Shocked Pikachu face. Cute cursor. Oh, you like my Leva cursor? Alright. Back to the game now. Now we get into the actual game. Yippee! I need all the collapsed pieces I can get. I wasn't expecting them to throw Lena and Leva together. I mean, actually, I kind of was, but also I thought they wouldn't at the same time. Speaking of, Does anyone know? Because I mean, they're releasing Lena's event and Deep Oblivion Part 1 at the same time. So I'm like, should I do Lena's event first? Because I assume it's shorter. And then jump into Deep Oblivion? Lena's first? Excellent. Now we're gonna see how this goes. I just noticed the other dolls here. And that's... Is that Krolik? Lena's event is 12.5, with the two halves of Deep Oblivion being chapters 11 and 12, so it's weird. Huh! So we're doing that thing, right? And Lena's event ends. Wait, let me just quickly check the Twitter thingy they have with the schedule. Did they do a Mika again? Where's the thingy? Here. Yeah, Lena's event ends when part 2 begins. I think Lena's one is more tied with Leo's health, which is 11 dot. Yeah, that will make more sense. Dodo's main Dodo's main will be better to do the first part and then Lena's story, I guess. I mean, it makes more sense to me. I mean, you do the story and release order. They're releasing at the same time. That's why I'm asking. Like, they're releasing at the exact same time. We get no indications of which one we should do first. You have chapter 11, then 12.5, then 12. I guess we're just rolling with the punches as it happens. But yeah, let's get to the story. We were about halfway through. They had infiltrated into this casino-like ship in which suspicious things were happening because everyone was coming in with dolls. But the dolls were nowhere to be seen. And I just realized that this is dolls fight, so I guess they're running a doll fight ring. I love when the story goes 11, 12.5, 12. Yeah. We love to see it. I might ask Ferrari after, see if he knows more details. Private invitation. Congratulations, you have been chosen as the most special guest for this event. Turn right ahead of you? Yeah, it's because I didn't stream for a while. And last week I got too tired to do it in one go. I need to go back to doing the character events in one go. We don't talk about the Fight Club. humming of fans, the beeping of machinery, the rush of liquids through pipes. Surrounded by these sounds, Lind slowly opens her eyes.
Damn it, my head hurts.
The room before her is dark. The surrounding walls are covered in displays, whose flickering images radiate a ghostly blue light that dimly illuminates the interior. She's never seen this place before.
Where am I?
Ah, you're finally awake. How do you feel? Who's that? Lynn shudders as she hears an unfamiliar voice speaking directly into her ear and reflexively reaches for her gun, only to find that she's securely bound to the chair she's in. The chair slides along the ground for some distance, and the shrill sound of metal grinding against metal fills the air. The man laughs sadistically as he watches Lynn struggle. Whom's the fuck are you? Why is your face so punchable? No need to be so anxious. I'll give your gun back later. Lynn looks to the side and sees a man in fancy clothes leaning against a control console, a mocking smile on his face. He has one hand in a pants pocket and holds a long stemmed glass in the other, blissfully savoring the fragrance of the wine within. The man slowly raises his head and exhales a long, slow breath. Even the best wine only shows its true worth in the eyes of one who understands it. Similarly, even the most powerful doll can only show its true power when wielded by a capable master. If I were you, I'd feel honored to have been chosen by a professional like me. I love this. I love this Lind face. Just dead stare. That got your tongue? Are you such awe of my presence that you cannot muster up the ability to speak?
No, she says you're trying so hard to be cool, but all you're doing is being cringe instead. Is this what passes for a businessman these days? Have you fallen so low that you've resorted to kidnapping dolls? You'll really do anything to make a quick buck, won't you?
He didn't like that. The corner of the man's mouth twitches visibly. He takes a deep breath and forces a smile to his face once again. It looks like I'll need to properly introduce myself. My name is Carl Holtz, a genius who made best-selling toys at the age of 6. Even adults should have heard of my name when the magazines publish it.
Carl? Who's that?
Not Harl. Carl.
Nope, doesn't ring a bell. So what does this have to do with abducting dolls?
My father, Jacob Holtz, is a supervisor of the Gerard Group's robotics R&D department. You should understand what that means, right? Our family hasn't fallen so far that we need to kidnap dolls to sell for money.
So you're not a failure of a businessman. You're a failure of a Nepo baby, then.
Okay. Man, you might just want to give her back her gun at this point. I think that will hurt less. I think a shotgun to the face will hurt less than what she's doing right now.
If your aim was to bring me here so I would praise you, you picked the worst person imaginable for the job.
Carl's mouth twitches even more intensely now. He takes 3 deep breaths before he speaks again. Let me say again, I'm not going to sell you off, so stop calling me a failure. I simply want you to do me a favor, Miss Lind. Tonight, there's going to be an arena match in the depth of the cruise liner.
I want you to help me with win the match, so I can make a point to my father.
Someone called the emergency service who had a 4-degree burn man here. The confusion in Lynn's eyes grows, but Carl gets more and more excited. He begins a long spiel without bothering to ask Lynn if she wants to hear it. I love this writing. The cruise liner you're on is actually a cathedral of entertainment for those in a rarefied social class. In here, money, power, position, everything can be wagered. And the most exciting bets are placed on the arena match that you will soon participate in. I don't believe anyone can resist that temptation.
What do you mean by arena match? Does it involve fighting? I have no idea why people are so captivated by these primitive displays of violence. And I have even less idea where you're getting your confidence from, thinking that everything's going to come up roses just because you kidnap a doll. You don't get it. A genius like me only makes a move after crafting a 100% foolproof plan. Since the arena match is a contest of strength, there's no question that tactical dolls have an advantage over civilian dolls. Unfortunately, most tactical dolls are employed by the military or government organizations, and have no desire to antagonize the government. Neither do they possess the strength to face off against the military. Therefore, Carl's eyes gleam with madness as he slowly walks around to the rear of the chair and plants his hands on Lynn's shoulders. My best choice was a small PMC like yours with enough funding or official backing, which won't make waves even if an incident occurs. Those robots I stationed at the mansion were part of a test I arranged. Congratulations, Miss Lind. Your combat performance has won my highest approval. Are most of Griffin and Kruger civil dolls? Yeah. They're just modified into tactical dolls. I assume that he means that when he means that civilian dolls versus tactical dolls is that, they were converted to tactical dolls in Griffin and Kruger by having the fire control core installed. And I assume the civilian dolls that they're bringing here don't have that. That's what I'm assuming. He could be a moron and still a bit correct. Yeah, exactly. Huh? A small PMC? Want your approval?
Lynn has no idea where to start picking his words apart.
You're an adult, right? Do you not even know about Griffin and Kruger? 10 years ago, Griffin was the premier PMC in the country, and you were still probably playing with literal dolls somewhere. And this plan of yours is so full of holes, it's more like a fishing net. 100% foolproof, my ass.
The "you're an adult," right? Was like, damn!
For example, if I hadn't gone to sell off that card, wouldn't your plan have derailed right from the start?
He's so angry.
But in the end, you went out and tried to sell it, right? That just proved my plan worked. If you hadn't taken the card, then I would have uncancelled my future commissions with Griffin and continue trying to lure you out. As long as I could get you away from Griffin, I'd have a chance to make my move.
Carl begins rambling to himself. The mania in his eyes gradually fades, replaced by gloominess.
The Varjigers were useful for that, at least. But for enough, and they'll solve any kind of problems for you. If you hadn't mentioned your art group just now, I probably had mistaken you for some stupid playboy. Do you actually think those Varjiger thugs can be trusted? Are you...
She's saying the word! I didn't realize. Oh, Mika.
How the hell did the Girard crew manage to produce a failure like you?
Damn! Just shoot him at this point.
Shut up. He has nothing else to say. He's like, shut up. Car's expression shifts, and he tightens his grip on Lynn's shoulders. The sudden pain forces Lynn to frown. Shut up, shut up, shut up! Stop calling me a failure. You're the same as all those people from the DR group. All you do is piss me off.
Oh, is baby mad? Is baby angry? Is this like memories or... I don't know.
Who the fuck is Celia? I thank everyone here for taking time out of your busy schedules to take part in this charity gala. I'd like to use this opportunity to introduce my son, Carl. The toy he developed is a bestseller on the market, and all proceeds from the sales will be donated in full to our charity foundation. Come, Kara, say hello to all the nice people.
Hello, everyone.
I expected nothing less of Madame Holt's boy. He's clearly extraordinary even at the tender age of 6. I'm sure he'll be running a corporation of his own by the time he turns 26.
How blessed you are, madam.
But of course, it's only natural that Madame Holt's son should be a rare genius.
Why don't you say a few words, John Carl? We'd like to bask in your genius.
Oh, this is the dad. Thank you all for coming to attend my wife's funeral. To honor my wife's dying wishes, I will shoulder the legacy of the Holtz family and strive to restore its glory.
My condolences, Mr. Jacob. It is truly a shame that your wife was taken from us in the prime of her life. I cannot imagine the sorrow that you and young Master Carl must be going through now.
Father, I want to see Mother. Where is she? Is Mother not coming back?
Silence, Carl. Stop whining like a little failure. My apologies. Since we have shown you an unseemly side of ourselves.
Stop whining like a little failure. Imagine saying that to like your 6-year-old. Oh, here comes the failure of the whole family. Still playing with toys at this age? The Holt boy never really grew up, did he?
Why don't you say a few words, Carl? Teach us how to be a spoiled failure who doesn't even care about how pathetic he is.
The experimental funds I gave you were so you could develop mechanical products that will contribute to the Girard group. Not to waste on plain house. I wasn't expecting you to make a decent copy of that doll, but are you saying you can't even figure out a way to defeat it? Is that it? How do you say that give birth to a failure like you? Isn't bad that I'm just laughing at his abuse? Yeah, it's just like poor rich boy story, you know? It's like, oh no, woohoo, poor baby, he had it all and didn't know what to do with it.
I am Carl Holtz, the heir to the Holtz family. It's one thing if father looks down on me, but for a mere doll to do the same. What right do you have to criticize me? The hands gripping Lynn's shoulder suddenly let go. And then a fist whistles through the air before slamming into the side of Lynn's head. The impact of the fist and her head hitting the back of the chair briefly dazes her. Lynn turns and looks Carl straight in his angry, bloodshot eyes.
This is cinema. For those that can't, let me hide the chat so you guys can see what she's saying before I read it. Let me take a screenshot. This is absolute cinema. LIND gaming. Queen shit. Yes, I can't. LIND will fucking say you mad, bro. Of course you would.
You mad, bro? So the heir to the Hodge family went to all these expenses to capture a mere doll. Doesn't seem very smart to me. And besides, why exactly should I do what you tell me?
I can control those Berserk robots. I have access to your group's latest technology. You've already seen those robots before. They were under my control. Soon, you will too.
Carl kicks a button on the back of Lynn's chair. The surface of the armrest on the back of the chair slides open, revealing a dense network of cables within. They coil and wrap around Lynn until she is tightly bound. Right after that, a powerful electrical current pours into her frame.
Yeah.
Pain fills Lynn's neural cloud, as she can't help the grunt that escapes her. Carl slowly walks around Lynn until he stops in front of her.
Hey, Shooty.
Yeah, good so far. Enjoying LIND, burning this man alive. You're right. I didn't need to capture an ordinary PLC doll. After all, an ordinary doll wouldn't have given me such an amusing reaction. You, on the other hand, are a different story. After all, you're a ULSD test type with sensory feedback comparable to that of a human being's. Oh no, he knows. Isn't that right, SIC-012? He knows too much.
Lynn hasn't heard the designation ULSD and SIC-012 in a long time. Her pupils suddenly contract as she hears them spoken once again. The experimentation regime she endured as a ULSD was a nightmare that constantly haunted her. She's never revealed that part of her past to anyone else apart from the commander.
You... How did you...
Lynn wants to ask just where he learned that information from, but the agony in her frame keeps her from speaking. All she can do is watch as he takes out a remote control, and see him smile coldly as he presses the button on it.
It sure was funny when we made this all specifically suffer, yeah.
Streams of data and electrical currents slam into Lynn. Her pain is amplified numberless times. Carl's body seems to distend away in an instant, only to pull back in front of her as though in slow motion. Jump data washes over Lynn like a flood, filling her neural cloud and assaulting her level 2 layer. The tearing pain of the force override process pours into every corner of her frame. Her visual models shut down amidst the pain, and her vision fills with a cold, white light. Linda struggles to see amidst the radiance, but all that greets her is an endless void. Countless elites appear out of the virtual nothingness, slowly creeping toward her. Things are looking very bad for her indeed.
Damn it.
The only good thing about all this is that she has her trusty Auto 12 in hand, and with it, her confidence returns to her. Lynn raises her gun.
I cannot die. I will not die. Not here.
But yeah, damn, okay. But yeah, I was using the canon teams, which was LIND. It was this, right? Yes. 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 Lynn can solo, yeah.
Hey!
Oh no, I forgot she can do the double attack. Frostfall squad. Aha, there you go. Hello, Lapis. It's a shame there's no gameplay mechanisms for using the cannon squads. Yeah, that'd be funny if there were something. She has mobility. Because only one had the buff for cannon squad, did they? And him. Ah, for some of the events, yeah. But it wasn't the teams themselves, it was the dolls. If you use the dolls for the event, the dolls will get a buff. But it didn't matter if you actually had them in a team or not. From what I remember. Fierce wager. Money, power, position. Everything can be wagered. The fuck is this cube? An online gambling program. Developed by the UI group to provide dice game services for players who have difficulty showing up at offline games. Okay. Gamba Cube!
Texas Hold'em, blackjack, electronic dice, slot machines, roulette tables. They really do have everything here. The illumination from the luxurious decorations and lurid lighting melt together as gamblers move back and forth between tables, lost in this hollow enjoyment. Cheongyu and Chira dart between the crowd, searching for a clue about how to get to the B1 deck. Those two rich patrons I saw at the bar earlier are gone.
Leader, look! Do you think they went there?
Cheongyu looks where Chira is pointing. A pair of black-suited guards are standing in front of a grand-looking door. This door seems quiet and sedate compared to the liveliness of the rest of the casino.
There's something written on it. Let me see. VIP area. Only for guests with gold chips. Whoa, what's this VIP area? And what are those gold chips? Is there a super casino in there or something?
When that wealthy guest mentioned a special event, he flashed a stack of chips which looked like they were made of gold. It looks really suspicious. Looks like we'll need to think of a way to get in there. Chira, how much cash do you have on hand that we can exchange for chips?
Right now? About 500 credits worth, I guess. Well, leader, that's the last of my candy fund. Could you help make up for the rest for me? Could you help make up the rest for me?
I don't have much cash on hand either. All we can do is hope that gold chips don't cost too much to redeem. Cheongyu and Chira pull their cash and then head to the casino's cage. Welcome, ladies. Will you be buying chips tonight? How much are the gold chips? The dealer smiles and pulls back the red cloth inside the cage, gesturing to the labeled numbers below. It is as you see.
1 0, 2 zeros, 3 zeros. Holy cow, 5 zeros? So each one is 100 grand? This is insane. You might as well just grab a gun and rob people at this point.
Cheongyu ignores Chira's protest. Her expression is one of serenity. Understood. I'll buy 2,000 credits worth of chips for now. Thank you. Chira squeezes the 2 little chips they just bought in her fist and drags Cheongyu off to a corner of the casino. Clearly, she has something to say.
Is this actually happening, leader? Did our money disappear just like that? And even after all that, we only got these 2 measly little chips. Are you seriously planning to win 10,000 credits with a stake of 2,000?
100, actually. 100,000? I was, actually.
Huh? Are you for real? Then we should just hold up everyone here. It will be faster that way. I mean, when it comes to gambling, we'll be totally screwed if we lose just once, right?
Chira, you've forgotten the most important thing.
What's that? You mean like how we can claim anything we lose from caretaker's caretaker as a business expense?
No. What's important is that we won't lose.
Cheongyu is so cool.
Saying so, Cheongyu takes the chips from Chira before flipping them up into the air and nearly catching them. We are dolls, and that is why we will not lose. For a moment, Chira stares blankly at the gleaming confidence in Cheongyu's eyes. Then she gets what Cheongyu is hinting at. A wicked grin spreads across Chira's face as she rubs up against Cheongyu.
I get it. So you're going to cheat then? Is that it, leader?
It's not cheating, just leveraging our advantages as dolls.
Whatever makes you feel better, Cheongyu. Imago's strongest daughter.
Joju looks at the card tables in the distance. I was observing how the tables were distributed in the casino. Each one has 5 dealers and a supervisor, and they have IR scanners under each table to keep players from cheating. We probably won't have much luck trying to pull off a sleight of hand at the gambling tables. The slot machines are fully automatic and appear to be a good choice, but there are too many punters around them, and there's no way we can do anything with so many eyes watching.
Huh? Doesn't that mean we're out of options?
We still have this. Joju exchanges a look with Chira, and then they approach one of the electronic tables. Upon detecting someone nearby, a mechanical arm lifts a touchscreen and presents it to the pair. Joju taps it, and the edges of the table light up. The hologram of a virtual dealer appears over the center of the table and bows to them.
Esteemed guest number 03425. Welcome to the Carnival Cubic DV01 online entertainment system. Please select the game you would like to play and insert your chips into the slot on the right. During the game, please refrain from striking, damaging, or attempting to disassemble the machine.
Attempt to what? People try that? Mika cannot name entertainment devices to save their life? Nope.
Since it's a network device, we should be able to hack it through level 2. The plan is to stop the data pertaining to failures and only let the successful data through.
Oh, so you're saying we can directly access the casino network and mess with the results?
Precisely. The UR group provided this special service for gamblers who had difficulties going to offline casinos, but it's turning out to be a godsend for us instead. Jeongju smiles and dips her chips into the machine. The dice on the screen begins spinning at high speed. Let's go for the mode.
Are they saying this out loud? It's fine, we know how these things work. Nobody will hear them, unless it is important to the plot that someone hears them.
Let's go for the mode with the simplest rules, high and low. I estimate 6 rounds should be enough for us to go from 2,000 to 100,000 credits.
Why don't we maintain the signal spoofing for longer? Wouldn't that be better?
We'll trigger system alerts if we do it for too long. It's less risky this way. All we need to do is work fast in level 2. Are you ready, Chira? The game is about to begin.
Come on! This genius has been waiting for this. Are these the dice programs for the Carnival Cubic? They're small and square and pretty cute.
Chira, don't get careless. I can only spoof the error signals for a few rounds. We need to take care of these ASAP.
So that means we can gain points but not lose them? Relax, leader, I won't hold you back. Playing games is serious business for me.
Oh, actually, okay. Oh, actually, you're actually betting. Okay. All in.
All right, we're getting somewhere. Oh yeah.
The spinning die gradually slows down and eventually comes to a halt with the 6 facing up. The carnival cube machine plays upbeat music.
Congratulations, you win again, guest number 03425. Do you wish to continue betting?
We scored the 100k we need. Let's wrap things up. Chunyu clicks the quit button, and a flood of chips pours out of the chute amidst the sound of clinks and beeps.
Wow! Leader, we're rich! Huh?
China takes out the sole golden chip from the pile. Its mass takes her by surprise.
Wait a minute. I think this chip is made from actual gold. Isn't your art group giving this out just like that?
Well, 10,000 credits is pretty close to the price you'd pay for actual gold.
Is that how it is? Then this place is a gold mine. I wish you had more time to earn more. Then we could hand it to Caretaker's caretaker.
Who's calling?
Chira's muttering is interrupted by an alert. Chunyu turns away to take Torolo's call.
Leader, the cruise ship has come to a halt in a bay that's surrounded by mountains on 3 sides.
A bay that's fenced in by mountains. Choosing such a well-hidden location suggests that their special event isn't something that they want others to see. I wonder if Stardust Gold is like faded gold. Yeah, me too.
That's what Miss Elia said too. She sent two support echelons and a helicopter over. We're currently shadowing the liner. If anything happens, we'll be able to support you ASAP.
Alright, be careful. Don't let the external guards spot you.
Understood. We've also finished analyzing the vessel's structure. I'll send a 2D map to you later. Once you find LIND, you can evac by following the indicated route. I'll pick you up on the deck.
Good work, Tololo. You're almost as efficient as this genius.
Silence.
Huh? Why isn't anyone talking?
After a brief silence, Torolo awkwardly clears her throat.
Also, I learned something about the matter you asked me to investigate.
What did you find out?
Then Navalis belongs to a toy company. It's a place that the company uses to host charity events, and many media outlets have reported on it. Its CEO, Madame Celia, will often bring her son Carl to these events. The toys Carl created have also made the news.
The heir to a toy company. In other words, that Mr. Holtz.
That's right. Carl's full name is Carl Holtz. The contact information he gave to Griffin was correct.
But why would someone who runs a charity want to kidnap LIND? Also, the inside of this boat is about as far from non-profit as you can get.
You're right. It isn't connected to charity at all, because Madame Celia passed away from an illness 6 years ago, and her toy company went down with her. Currently, the ownership of the liner has been transferred to Carl's father, Jacob.
Wait, 6 years ago?
Oh, I remember that name. He was the jerk who was building robots for the UR group. So you're saying this kidnapping was masterminded by a father and son duo?
Something's not quite right. After putting together all the information Tololo has given, Cheongyu falls silent for a while. Since Kara's father is a Girard Group researcher, he ought to have a way to get those basic robots under control. Why did he go out of his way to get a PMC to clean up his mess?
Could he have been trying to get us to pick up that ID card?
That will make it even weirder. Given the Girard Group's wealth and power, they will definitely have access to in-house paramilitary forces. They wouldn't need to hire criminals like the Barjackers, and they most certainly wouldn't need to resort to such roundabout means to kidnap LIND. The most likely possibility is that Carl didn't want to draw the group's attention, and all this was simply a personal initiative.
So you're saying Jacob doesn't know about this?
Indeed. Everything's been going smoothly all night, from boarding the vessel to the ID check. Even the ship's security forces have been replaced by robots for the most part. I think it's less that he doesn't know and more like he isn't even on the ship at all. Both sides of the line go silent.
Well, even if we know all this, we still don't know what the kidnappers are trying to accomplish.
There's still too much that we don't know. All we can do is head down to the B1 deck and see if we can find more clues there.
Yep, seeing's believing after all. Let's go, go, go!
After ending the transmission with Tololo, Cheongyu and Tira arrive at the door marked VIP area. Can we go in? One moment, please. The security guard takes the cold chip and presses it to a sensor on the door. There's a beep, and then the door slowly slides open, revealing a lavishly decorated elevator. Please proceed, ladies.
It's a lift. Looks like our guest was on the mark.
I hope I'll be able to see LIND soon. The pair enter the elevator while holding these thoughts in their hearts. The heavy door separating inside and the outside like a wall. There is a muffled commotion from behind the door, as though the sound is being muffled by some invisible membrane. As the feeling of weightlessness from the elevator's descent grows, this noise becomes clearer. Hums. Until the elevator comes to a halt and the doors slowly open. Shouts and screaming fill the air, and a mix of sweat, blood, and stimulants hits them in the face like a physical blow. What on earth is this place? Unlike the brightly lit 1F, D1 is dim with blood-red lighting. In the center is a huge, circular arena surrounded by maniacal fans. Their formal attire cannot hide the bloodlust in their eyes. The sound of cheers and curses blend together, as though this is their paradise of release. And in the arena, a red doll and a blue doll are engaged in combat. The payout odds for both sides fluctuate on the overhead screen, and the shifting numbers have the audience in their grasp. It's as though the entire B1 deck is in the grip of some indescribable frenzy.
How could this be happening? Don't tell me they kidnapped LIND to...
Whoa! Audience screams. Suddenly, an ear-splitting cheer comes from the crowd. Cheongyu and Tira look toward the arena. The red doll has her foot firmly planted on the blue doll's head, and the shining floorboards reflect her crushed, distorted face. The red doll raises her sword high, aims for her opponent's shoulder joint, and forcefully drives her weapon home. Ah! The blue doll's right arm is parted from the rest of her body as she rolls several meters away, coming to a halt at the edge of the arena. The disarmed blue doll curls up on the ground, moaning in pain. The doll's pitiful cries are merely drawn out by the cheers of the audience. In the very next moment, the big screen above the ring zooms in on the red doll's cold eyes.
I love how they showed that for a second and immediately went past it. Like, I didn't click. It just went past it on its own. Kralik? Question mark? What does this mean? Yeah, I don't know. Is it her or like... They did put her name. So I'm like, huh? And I don't think they will reuse a sprite for a doll. Will they? I don't know. We'll see. Blind bet. Violence that can't be hidden. Disgust that can't be held back. Oi, you awake?
Lynn's blank eyes open. She turns her head jerkily toward the boys.
Protocol activated. Target identification module successfully loaded.
Awake then, are you? Carl presses a button on his remote. There's a crisp click, and the bindings on the electric chair disengage.
Stand up and walk around.
Linda stands up and mechanically walks around the room, then awaits Carl's next command.
Turn in place, and then sit back down.
After seeing Lynn execute his commands to the letter, Carl claps his hands in delight.
I didn't think the beta virus will be so effective. Why you gotta call it like that, man? Even a rush copy of 45% of the code segments is still enough to control a doll's neural cloud. Are you sure about that? No wonder those defects in the arena all fight like they're possessed once they get infected by it. Why did that sit on such good stuff like this instead of giving it to me?
Good stuff. I was just pretending to space out, and he totally fell for it. Seems a bit too easy, doesn't it? Talk about a stupid moron of a Nepo baby.
Once again, Lynn lambasts Carl's intelligence in the confines of her mind.
Yeah, forget it. This actually helps bypass all kinds of problems. Might be able to get him to spill the beans on something too. That data assault on my level 2 just now was massive. If I hadn't fought back in time, my neural would really have been overwritten. Was it because the virus code was incomplete? Still, wasn't this virus targeted toward Girard tools? I was built by IOP, so why was it effective against me? Could it be that Girard tools use the same base layer technology as IOP dolls?
Oh! Before Lynn can reach a conclusion, Carl gives her another order.
Oi, doll, come here. I'll tell you about the arena rules and your opponent tonight.
Here it comes. Let me see what exactly you're up to.
Lynn walks over to Carl's side. While Lynn was mentally prepared for what she might see in an arena, the sight before her still hits her hard. The screen shows a camera feed. In it, a red-colored doll with bunny ears is viciously chopping a doll on the ground to bits. It exemplifies cruelty, violence, and savagery. Just about every frame of the video maxes out Lynn's tolerance for disgust.
As you can see, there are no rules in the doll arena. You can use any means to attack and can freely destroy your opponent's frame. Simply put, whoever reduces their opponent to scrap first wins.
Carl pushes the pause button. The feed is frozen on an image of the moment when the red doll cuts her opponent in half at the waist.
There's your opponent tonight. Krolik, who's known as K09 here. When a certain underground doll arena was all the rage in the green zones, she was one of the 2 most popular fighters there. Do you know why that is?
Melee combat dolls are rare enough for starters, and her brutal fighting style was most entertaining. And of course, the more thrilling the show, the more the audience loved it. Unfortunately, the real Krolik escaped during an accident 8 years ago, and it was her partner, the other most popular fighter there, who helped her flee.
Oh, we're getting Krolik lore. Sudden Krolik lore drop. Okay.
The real Krolik escaped during an accident 8 years ago, and it was her partner, the other most popular fighter there, who helped her flee. Even though they usually tried their best to kill each other in the ring, they decided to be all body at a time like that. Those make me sick. Despite being created by humans, all they think about is betraying humanity.
Oh, yes. Because, running away from a fighting ring is such a betrayal to humanity.
Yeah, forget it. Why am I even telling a doll like you all this? Carl throws up his hands in exasperation. The organization's finances haven't been doing too well recently, so in order to whet the investors' appetite, that modified one of Krolik's replica frames into the K09 unit. It preserves the original Krolik's fighting style to the maximum extent. Even her swing force is a 1-to-1 match. Unsurprisingly, K09 is undefeated in the arena. It's won 22 consecutive matches so far, and its total winnings are a jaw-dropping amount. This is why I brought you here. I want you to replace the K09 and become the new king of the ring. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
What? So it was for such a stupid reason. That's why I hate unreasonable violence.
It takes great effort for Lynn to suppress her desire to throw up.
No, now's not the time to fight back. If the commander were here, or even just leader, they tell me not to be impulsive. I need to stay calm.
The way you are now makes it hard for me to tell how much is actually getting through. If you understand, repeat what I just said.
Understood. My mission is to help you destroy the doll that your dear father went to all that effort to build.
Yes, good. Carl nods in satisfaction. That tone, though, it sounds strange. Is sarcasm a factory default setting for you? Never mind, it doesn't matter. He's so dumb. As long as you blow K09 apart with your shotgun, the audience will go crazy over you and you'll become the new star of the underground with countless fans and followers. Meanwhile, I'll have the grounds to talk terms with father. I have proven that I can influence the family business, and that I'm the one who most deserves to operate Mother's cruise liner. How's that? Isn't that a win-win play worthy of a genius? Carl looks at Lynn's blank face and seems a little disappointed. Father was like this too. He'd either mock me or ignore me every day. Go ahead and talk. It doesn't matter if you're sarcastic or not. This is just too boring. For instance, don't you have any questions you want to ask me? Right, just ignore those unnecessary orders and ask what you want.
You said that having me get rid of K9 was just one of your goals, right? So firepower wasn't the real reason you picked me.
Of course. If I just wanted a fighter, buying a tactical doll from the black market would have been simple enough. But the arena isn't a battlefield. It's ultimately just a form of entertainment. The performance aspects of it are more important than the fighting elements. Like pain, for instance. Carl chuckles, then taps the ULSD dossier on his table. I know you were an experimental unit with simulated sensory organs, and your ability to perceive pain is beyond anything other dolls can match, let alone these fighters. Most of them are defects fighter produced in the process of producing third-gen dolls. Most don't even have mature neural cloud models loaded. They're failures in every sense of the word. While the beta virus does have a side effect of amplifying sensory feedback, they can only respond mechanically, which is far from what research-grade work demands.
So even pain can become an object of scientific study?
If the audience wants it, nothing is impossible. Oh, you should watch this. We've been working together for a good long time anyway, so the more you understand, the better. The scene on the monitor changes to a video log of an experiment. A shabbily dressed man is tied to a wooden rack, and a group of researchers in white coats are surrounding him. Commencing experiment number GR00237, now collecting data on Edger implement injury. On what? The researcher raises his scalpel and jabs into the test subject. Blood sprays out and covers the screen. The test subject screams echo through the chamber, while the researchers look down at their clipboards and scroll notes, as though all this was just a footnote to completing their experiment. Experiment number GR00237, control group. Begin procedure. The scene shifts. The test subject is no adult. A researcher jabs his scalpel into the adult's arms. Once, twice, over and over again, until it has produced suffering like what that human endured.
What? Why? Why were they doing this?
Lynn feels her narrow cloud temperature spiking. If what she saw before was merely nauseating, what she's looking at now, it fills her with utter boiling rage. The image of the test subject doll defocuses, disintegrates, then comes back together before her eyes, over and over again. The lingering pain from the virus awakens, traveling through her frame until it converges on her right arm. It's as though the scalpel has passed through the screen and is stabbing through her thin skin.
Ow, that hurts. The last time I felt that was when...
Lena squeezes her eyes shut. Memories pouring in like a tide. Those days and nights laced with the scent of antiseptics and all the helplessness and misery suddenly feel exceptionally real to her. She remembers the blindingly bright surgical lights, the ice-cold slab, the aloof looks on the researchers' faces, and the way she caught up from the pain. She remembers the questions she used to ponder back then.
What did I feel back then when I was chosen as a test subject? Was it despair? Fear? Discontent? No. Back then, I wasn't even self-aware enough to ask myself these things. I even thought that my pain was the whole reason I existed. Just like these test subjects and these arena fighters. They're being treated as tools to be used and discarded by their masters, and they think it's perfectly natural. But I know better now. I know this isn't right. I met people who showed me the truth, gave me their all with correct words and correct actions in order to show that what was done to me was wrong.
Lynn recalls the faces of many people. The commander, Kalina, Elian, the others from Frostball, and many others beside, all friends that she had the privilege of sharing her life with. If she hadn't met them, she would probably still be trapped in a place like this, existing only to suffer like in this video.
So this time, it's my turn to...
Just then, Carl's voice chimes in, taking Lynn out of her thoughts and back to reality. Hey, you hadn't moved a muscle for 3 full minutes. What's the matter? Did you blue screen or something? Was that virus too strong? Did it burn out your neural cloud or something? Crap, I hope not. That would be really bad. A series of rapid knocks interrupts his words, and a waiter's voice speaks from outside the door. Master Carl, your father just called? It would be best if you attended to it immediately. It's time! It's time for what, Ferrari? Hello, Ferrari. It's time. What? Carl's face falls instantly. He rushes over to the door and flings it open. The waiter on the other side is startled by the forcefulness of his actions. What did he say? Your father sounded quite angry and said he was on the way back. So I was worried that he might have found out about your plan. Didn't he go to leave with his staff to prepare for the technical summit? Didn't he say it was very important? How could he spare the time to come back? It's time for everything? Yeah, it's time. Oh yeah, Volume 3 came out! It's real! Artbook Volume 3. I'm not very sure. Damn it, he's always running things for me at the most important moment. Take me to the deck right now and think of a way to delay him. We won. We are so back! The door slammed shut with a loud bang, and the voices of Carl and the waiter gradually faded to the distance. Lynn breathed a sigh of relief.
Here. And here I was thinking about how to get rid of that arrogant young master. That phone call sure came in time.
After that, Lynn connected herself to the command console and begins planning her next move.
Fortunately, I still have the virus data that I copied from the machine robots. Since the robots going out of control was caused by a virus, then uploading it to all the security robots on the ship through the central command console should trigger an uprising too. Once they all go berserk, I'll wait for the right moment to lead the dolls out of here and make her escape.
Lynn looks at the clock on the wall and the endlessly progressing flow of time. While there are still many variables in the plan, given the situation, she'll just have to take things one step at a time.
I don't have time to decrypt the security routine. I'll just break through it by force.
Yippee! Stage. I've said it before, but I just love all the buffs Tololo gets. Just for existing. She's a good girl, she certainly is. No. You know what? Sure, destroy those things. Damn, she can just move again after that? Are we back? I don't know what's going on, man. The beta virus. It's because I laughed at the name, right? Okay, let's open the game again. I'm gonna have to worry if it keeps happening. But I mean, if it happens only to me and not to my sister, I'm gonna blame it on Frontline 2. Okay, let's get back to... Small indie company, please understand, yeah. Because this has only started happening now.
Yes, I do want to continue the battle, please. So I'm like, yeah, all I can assume is that it's just Frontline 2 breaking something for now, unless it happens when doing something else. Because I've been using the computer during the week, my sister too. Oh, I gotta get over there, okay. Explode. No, I can't reach. The stream started at 9:30. It does. It did. I mean, it did start a while later. It's just my computer has been acting up, and I don't know if it's my computer or if it's Chris Frontline. It's currently 9:30 PST. Oh, I see. Oh wait, I could shoot them. Didn't realize. Come on. Come on! Okay, break this thing. Really use the waiting game.
Yippee!
Where are my voices? There we go. No. Wait, I need to restart my stream deck. Work! There we go. Still not working as intended, but I think my things didn't reconnect correctly since I had to restart. They're still working, they're just not showing the buttons. Weird.
If only Leader and the others were here. Doing this by myself is a pain. Fortunately, the virus is already doing its thing. A few more minutes and the ship's defense system will be completely paralyzed. Maybe I can use this time to find the exact location of the imprisoned dolls. Let me see. The database should be here, right? Yeah, I found it. It's a blueprint of the ship's internal layout. And what are these next to it? Encrypted documents? Can't open them. Meh, I'll just copy them all and worry about them later.
The hour hand on the room's clock has traveled quite some distance. The sound of hard leather shoes on metal passes is audible through the door, accompanied by cars coursing.
You useless bastard! Why did you make such a big fuss even though nothing happened? As a master of the Novalis, I order you to bring my match forward right now. But... No buts! And I don't care what the backend people have to say about it either. You will begin the match before Father returns.
Crap, that card guy is back. Copy progress at 97%. 98%.
Lynn's fingers fly across the keyboard, her eye darting between the monitor and the door faster and faster.
Come on, just a little more.
The progress bar fills up with a beep. Lynn quickly closes the control terminal, then takes a deep breath before quickly returning to her previous position. Carl storms in, then quickly glances around the room several times, but finds nothing amiss. Then he glares at Lind.
Are you awake?
Protocol activated. Target identification module successfully loaded.
Seeing Lynn wake up from offline status soothes Carl's frazzled nerves somewhat.
Phew. Seriously, screw that old fart. He keeps messing up my plans. I was planning to work on tactics, but the situation has changed and it looks like we won't have time for that now. Our match has been brought forward. We're up next.
Just as well. The virus should kick in around that time. Alright, I'll play with you then.
Ignorant of Lynn's intentions, Carl takes a deep breath, and then his confident smile returns to his face.
Let's go. It's time we made our entrance. If Frontline villains pretend to have daddy mommy issues, they do. It's true. I need to try like here. Okay, we're almost done. Woo! Let me go get more water.
Water. Alright. Yo, Chronic! Absurd Carnival. As the spotlights shine down, the clown's masks finally come off. How do you like Lynn so far? I'm really liking her. The red doll easily evades the last shot. The blue doll loses its other arm and stumbles back, its neck spewing sparks. The red doll lunges forward, swinging her sword at the blue doll's vitals and delivering a fatal blow. Ugh! Dead. And the next moment, the blue doll keels over, and the red doll ruthlessly stomps her underfoot. With the battle decided, the roars from the audience grow louder and louder, waves of sound echoing inside the compartment. Finish her! Finish her! Target destruction command. Load complete. The red doll drives her hand into the blue doll's chest, and with a burst of strength, she rips out her opponent's still glowing heart. There is a crunch of electronic components splintering, and then the arena is filled with deafening screams. Damn, okay. In response to the audience's cries, the red doll raises the fragments of her opponent's heart into the air. Then she turns and vanishes backstage.
Leader, what's the purpose of bringing all those dolls aboard this ship? You thought they could be thrown into this underground arena? I can't accept this. This is too much. How could something like this happen?
I didn't expect the people behind the doll arenas to still be going strong. Looks like that crackdown operation from back then didn't get rid of them.
What do you mean by crackdown operation? Were there places like this before?
Yes. I heard that doll arenas like this used to be really popular in green zones for a while. Back then, they were run by mobsters, and the purchase, modification, and smuggling of dolls on the black market was very common. But ever since the State Tech began their doll arena crackdown operation in 2067, such organizations began to decline, and the government began strengthening regulations of the use of tactical dolls. From the looks of things, they're back. They just fled to the border between the green and yellow zones.
So those chairs from back then are walking around without a care in the war now? This isn't right.
We can't be sure. Perhaps the mobsters were replaced by the UR group. Perhaps those sides reached an agreement to split the profits. The one thing we do know is that the people in charge of the arena now are the UR group, with their massive influence, power, and resources. The casino above us. No, I should say this entire cruise liner exists for the sake of this underground doll arena. Chengdu looks toward the ring. Workers are clearing up the doll wreckage from the arena. The side makes Xiangyu's voice more somber. There's no telling how many dolls have suffered like that in this place. We were lucky to be able to live under the protection of Griffin, but we simply didn't know enough about the dark side of civilized society.
Now that you mention it, since this cruise is for members only, all the people it serves are definitely wealthy or powerful, right? Maybe UR uses places like this to gain political leverage on them.
Correct. I'm sure there are many deeply hidden dealings here that we haven't discovered yet.
Damn it, I wish I could reveal all their bad deeds to the world. Hey, who turned on the lights?
Suddenly, the lights above the audience seats go out one after another, from the outside inwards. In the darkness, a shaft of blinding light descends from above, illuminating the host. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the MV Novalis. Our Queen of the Ring KO9 will be taking a short rest, and she will return to give you an exciting show later on. To all our guests who wish to wager on the outcome, please proceed to the right side of the ring within 10 minutes and place your bets with your gold chips on hand.
No wonder you need gold chips to get into this place. So that's what they're for.
I'm sure many of our honored guests have lost their dolls during the course of tonight's arena matches, and as such, we have a special offer for you. All guests who have fielded contenders against KO9 tonight are entitled to a free trial of the group's latest batch of prototypes, codenamed GNL Beta, and enjoy the highest possible discounts tonight should they decide to purchase them. Oh, I see what they're doing. The host claps. And a carefully crafted advertisement trailer appears on the big screen. Rows of specially modified dolls walk into the frame, ranging from domestic models to entertainment types and everything else in between, each of a different make and appearance. The only thing these dolls have in common is that they all have the same empty eyes as KO9 does. As you can see, the dolls from the GNL beta batch have blank narrow clouds, and their default beta programming makes them completely obedient to your instructions. That means they won't complain, won't refuse orders, and they definitely won't betray you. You can customize them to suit your personal preferences and needs, or allow them to be freely used. Of course, domestic models will have all combat functionality removed, so you can rest assured that your product is absolutely safe. Oh, does that mean they won't even try to fight back? Of course. The host's voice slowly fades away, only to be replaced by twisted cheers and shouts from the audience. Some people are already planning on how to make full use of their new acquisitions. All kinds of data and discussions filter through the air and make their way to Chiomju's and Chira's ears.
Holy crap, are these people all perverts? I can't take it anymore. Leader, can I go and teach them all a lesson?
Calm down, Chira. We haven't found LIND yet. Also, we learned something from that little speech just now. At the very least, we now know why the dolls in the arena all seem so strange. Turns out they were under the control of a virus. We need to prepare for the possibility that LIND has also been controlled by that virus. Snap! The spotlights come on again, illuminating the freshly cleaned ring. Alright, after the short intermission, it's time for what we've all been waiting for. Since our next contender will be using firearms, we urge all guests to stay beyond the boundary line, lest you be injured by stray rounds. Light red panes of bulletproof glass rise from the area around the ring, blocking it out from the audience. And now, introducing the Queen of the Ring and her challenger. As the audience cheers, the spotlights focus on and follow a crimson doll as she slowly walks into the ring. It is KO9, sword in hand. And then, a shadow of dazzling light shines down on the right side of the arena, framing a purple doll who's holding a familiar shotgun.
Wait, Leader, that's LIND!
Chira, try to establish comms with LIND right now. At this range, we should be able to contact her using our squad channel. The transmission goes through, but LIND's face remains blank as she does not respond.
What should we do, Leader? I think LIND's really been taken over by that whatever virus.
It can be helped. We'll just have to go to her ourselves. I'll ask Tololo to make the necessary preparations. Chira, get ready to back me up. LIND's safety is our top priority.
Hello? Leader, I'm not getting a reply from LIND's communicator.
Not good. They're about to attack. Chira, pay attention to the enemy's movements. We need to step in to provide support if LIND is in danger. They don't know LIND can think. Yeah, because I mean they're under the impression that she's under the effect of the virus. Dead. Okay. The music was really good though. Sea of Ashes. Years of pent-up resentment are engulfed by flames on the sea. Damn, okay.
Try that in heroic? No, thank you.
A hot lot of shot hits the floor of the arena. Metal balls ricochet off the bulletproof glass and cracks a spiderweb everywhere. Upon seeing Lynn's attack missed, Kevin quickly whirls her blade around, converting her swing to a thrust aimed directly at Lynn's chest. Lynn steps diagonally backward and barely avoids the strike, but Kevin's sword tip grazes her arm and leaves a dark red wound.
That hurts. Fortunately, my tactical BDU is made of strong material, so only my thin skin got nicked. Otherwise, I might have lost an entire arm.
Kevin clearly doesn't anticipate her opponent avoiding her otherwise fatal blow, because she freezes up in surprise. However, she quickly changes her stance and resets her sword, ready to launch another attack. Lynn's feet keep moving, and she dodges a series of attacks before pulling away to make some space between them.
Why is she so damn fast? Is she actually a rabbit or something? She's been on me like Sabrina on dinner ever since the battle began. I haven't had a chance to counterattack at all. Even if it's because of the beta virus, that kind of tenacity is just scary.
Sabrina on dinner. Lind carefully studies Keonai's every move as she works to get her breathing under control while shifting her center of balance and getting her finger on the trigger.
Don't panic. Lira and Cheetah are in the audience. All I need to do is draw this out until the robots go berserk. I'll open fire the next time she rushes me. She'll be able to find an opening then.
Ah, screaming!
Now!
The moment she sees Keonai raise her sword, Lynn pulls the trigger without hesitation. A wall of shot spews from her gun's barrel and slams into Keonai's weapon with the crisp sound of metal on metal. Although Keonai evades most of the metal bolts with preternatural speed, one of them manages to punch through her shoulder. Surprisingly enough, Keonai completely ignores her shoulder injury and brings her blade down on Lynn's head with a cleaving chop. Lynn rolls back and out of the way, once again evading the attack by the skin of her teeth.
No wonder Car said something about wanting to improve the beta virus sensory side effects. She's clearly nowhere as sensitive to pain as I am. How is that even fair? Yeah, it can't be helped. Time to go full auto on her. I'll just have to fix your frame once we get out of here.
Lynn takes a deep breath and decides to max out her power output. A cordon of red-hot lead instantly blocks off the way ahead of her. Keonai steps aside and dodges each and every pellet headed her way. Then she reverses her grip on her sword and rushes Lynn. Once she determines that Keonai is within range, Lynn focuses her fire on Keonai's lower body. Keonai loses her balance as she takes a hit to her right leg, which supports her frame. Lynn jumps over, pressing the off-balanced Keonai to the ground with her elbow and pressing the muzzle of her gun against Keonai's head with her other hand.
That ought to settle her now.
However, Keonai chooses this moment to erupt with tremendous force. She punches up with the back of her blade, knocking away the gun on her head before slamming her right knee into Lynn's chest and taking her by surprise. Pain radiates through Lynn's chest as she staggers back while panting heavily.
Damn it, it hurts so bad I can't see straight.
Although her vision is blurry now, Lynn still strives to right her balance while opening fire in Keonai's direction. Soon, the auto 12 she's holding clicks as its hammer falls on an empty chamber. Keonai dashes up in front of Lynn, her sword held high.
Lind!
And then, Keonai's hand suddenly freezes in midair. The lights above her suddenly flash, and the bulletproof glass around the ring slowly lowers. The entire arena is filled with a bizarre silence. Then, the sound of mechanical whirring comes from all around them. Chira, now! Support Lind! Their guns blaze fire as bullets hit the ground under Kemenai's feet, driving her back. Then, as though they receive some kind of signal, every single robot in the arena begins opening fire indiscriminately. The members of the audience scream and flee in all directions. Amidst the chaos, Cheongyu and Chira hear Lind's voice over their communicators.
Looks like Log was on our side in the end.
Lind, it's you! You mean you weren't taken over by that whatever virus thing? Thank goodness, I thought you were really finished just now.
Finish my ass. Don't jinx me.
Lind gets up and dusts herself off, changing out a new drum of ammo as she does. Then she walks over the arena's fencing and returns to Frostball Squad.
Welcome back, Lind.
Cheongyu and Chira smile as they meet her gaze. Then they pivot and wordlessly take up a defensive formation.
Where's Tololo? I'll tell you along the way. Right now, we're going to follow the route you planned and get out of here. The sooner the better. We can't use the elevator anymore, so we'll need an alternative route. In other words, we'll have to go through the back of the audience seating, follow a supply corridor, and then use it to reach the main deck. Chira, prepare to fall back.
No problem, leader. Leave it to me.
Chira pulls a flashbang out of her waistbag, pulls a pin on it, then throws it on the ground.
Smile for the camera.
A blinding flash of light envelops the arena, and Kemenai is forced to shoot her eyes. When she can finally open them, all Kemenai can see is the trio running into the back of the seating area.
Automatic loading. Pursuit command. Target identification. Successful.
Still looking in the direction where the trio have fled, Kemenai stands up once again and gives chase.
She really is just a machine.
Wait, so Mr. Arrogant Young Master went to all that effort to capture you because he wanted you to fight for him?
Chira's exclamation is so loud that it echoes through the hall. A bunch of security troopers come to investigate, but a hell of fire forces them to take cover behind the pillars. As Lin shoots, she gives Chira a "give me a break" look.
Hello, we're still trying to escape here. Can you keep it down? But things ended up this way because he half us everything. Strictly speaking, it wasn't just because of that, but I don't have time to elaborate now. Chira, help me lay down some covering fire. I have something to tell leader. No problem. This time I'll protect you, Lind.
Chira flashes an OK sign, then moves up to the head of the formation. Just then, a transmission from Tololo comes in.
Leader, head right at the fork up ahead, and you see the corridor leading to the deck.
Understood. Lind, what is that can't wait until we get up there?
Sorry, leader. But in a sense, this is the last chance I'll get for this.
Lin takes a deep breath, then looks at the fork up ahead.
I managed to interface with their systems in the liner's main control room, and I found their exact locations. That is, the dolls being controlled by the arena staff. I want to take them with us.
What? Where are they being held?
Area D3 on the port side.
Tololo, calculate a route there.
Roger.
The reply from Tololo comes less than a minute later.
The left path from the fork ahead leads to Area D3, the exact opposite way from the exit. A ship security is closing in on your location. It will be a risky course of action. If your air group reinforcements arrive quicker than we can move, things will be even worse. What do you want to do, leader?
Junyu doesn't reply, only tapping her terminal with her index finger.
Lind, I'm fairly sure you prepared yourself for this possibility. But I must remind you that if we choose to commit to this course of action, we might not be able to complete the objective or ensure everyone's safety. Even so,
Do you wish to proceed?
Yeah. I can't do it by myself, so I need you, Chira, Tololo. I need all of Frostfall to help me out.
You don't say things like this often. There is a short silence. Cheonju looks Lin in the eye, as though she's come to a decision. Understood. Change of plans. Frostfall Squad, we're heading to Area 83 to rescue the captured dolls.
I love Xiangyu.
Lin blinks in surprise as she stares at her squad leader. The mental image she's always had of Cheonju is someone who has always been cautious and diligent. Yet, she has agreed readily to Lin's request. Lin can see a trust which needs no justification in Cheonju's eyes.
Oh, so we're going to be doll saviors now? Awesome! I've always wanted a halo.
Tololo, help us trap up another route that helps us avoid ship security.
Wilco,
Lind, how many dolls are we talking about here?
According to the data from the control room, there are about 170 of them. The more troublesome thing is that their neural clouds have been wrecked by the beta virus. They might not listen to us anymore. Wait, so there are almost 200 of them and they might not even cooperate with us? We can't exactly cart them all off one by one, right?
also, even assuming we got them into a position to be evacuated, we wouldn't have the time or carrying space to evacuate them all.
Let's just take over the liner.
Cheonju opens her terminal and begins thinking as she studies the ship blueprints. The dolls are all at the stern of the vessel. If we could trap the enemy amidships, it will give us a lot more time to work in. Chira looks over Cheonju's shoulder and studies the map. Then she points at the red shaded area at the middle rear of the vessel.
Leader, why don't we blow up the central fuel tank over here and cut the ship in half? That way we can separate the part where all the dolls are. Wait. Do you want to blow the ship in half? Do I have anything powerful enough to do that? Have you forgotten this genius forte?
Blowing up shit.
Chira produces a little ball out of nowhere and tosses it up, a wicked glint in her eyes.
Ta-da! Behold, my remote bomb! At least, a place for it to see proper use. At last, a place for it to see proper use. Anyway, give the order, leader. That bunny ear doll is coming after us.
Cheonju's gaze hardens as she focuses on the incoming figure in red. She quickly judges the feasibility of the mission and makes a decision. Chira, plant explosives by the central fuel tank. Wait for a chance to set it off, but only after Lind and I arrive.
Got it!
Tololo, contact Miss Elian right now and have her send more backup. Once we scuttle the ship, we'll need people who can manage and move the part of the vessel where all the dolls are.
Understood.
Lind and I will stay here to lure the enemy to the other side of the ship. Will be time for Chira, Tololo, and her backup to arrive.
Causing chaos should be Chira's strong suit, right? Still... Never mind. This sort of thing is alright from time to time.
Lind reloads her Auto 12, then focuses her gaze on the incoming K9 before pulling the trigger. Her shotgun sprays a torrent of lead, blasting huge chunks of the masterfully carved marble paneling. A column collapses with a deafening crash. K9 is forced to stop as the fallen pillar blocks her path and throws up a huge cloud of dust.
Aren't you good at running? Come catch us then.
Damn, them fighting words. Also, hey, Irma. Yeah, my computer has been acting up, so it's been extending a little. All right. Very staggy run for Frontline 2, real.
Damn.
Knife throw. Yo, the music. You get your wife as an early Christmas present? Hell yeah. On this table, you mean? Near the exit. Alright, let's get this moving, guys. Okay, crawling down. Okay, now we got rid of Krollik, so we can just rush to the exit. Damn, this guy walks slowly. I assume it's there where I see the thingy. How do you pick it up though? No, it's so far. Stand next to it. Will do. Where are you summoning other guys? Who do you think you are? Ah, there, investigate. Yippee! Alright, let's get moving, everyone. Retreat! 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 And retreat. Yippee! You a pool?
Cheung-Yu and Lin use the terrain to mount hit-and-run attacks on K9 and their pursuers. They manage to strand them on the B1 deck and get to the main deck on time.
It's almost time. Are Tira and Toledo ready yet?
The plan's going smoothly and our backup is in place. Head to the pickup point now. The pair run toward the center of the ship, where they find Tira waving to them happily.
Over here, over here! This time I was faster than you, LIND. Are you going to praise me?
Tololo, bring the chopper in. Prepare for extraction. Cheung-Yu pulls Tira behind her and looks up. Tololo pilots the chopper toward the three of them. It comes to a halt at the last moment, the rotors churning up waves on the surface of the water below. The cabinet lights open, and Tololo pokes her head out to throw a rope ladder down to the three of them.
Come on.
Just then, there is a loud crash, and K9 bursts out from a nearby hatch, her eyes aglow with crimson rage. She tightens her grip on her sword and immediately lunges at the three dolls.
Now, Tira, load the charges. You're just in time.
Tira squeezes the button on her detonator, and her bombs detonate the central fuel tank. A massive column of flame shoots into the sky and then darkens the sky a dual red. The ship lurches heavily as it is cut in two. Fragments fly everywhere as the two halves keel over and begin sinking into the sea. K9's frame is sent flying by the shockwaves, and she lands heavily on the stern of the vessel, while Frostfall uses this opportunity to scramble aboard the ladder. The helicopter climbs rapidly, rising high into the night sky.
We did it!
LIND can see Hellian's backup arriving by the light of the burning deck. The familiar, formerly dust-gathering tugboat is now towing away the stern of the vessel where the captured dolls are.
Glad we managed to rescue all those dolls, as well as that Kyo9. Thing was better than expected.
We're lucky that our backup arrived before your forces did, but we can't get careless because of that. Tololo, activate EW stealth systems. We need to get out of here ASAP.
Understood. Mission complete. Preparing to RTV.
Tololo presses a button on the helicopter's control panel. It shimmers for a moment in the night sky, then it projects a holographic image around itself. Several seconds later, the helicopter blends into the starry sky, vanishing into the darkness before the dawn. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ship, a bedraggled figure struggles to his feet before pounding on the lock room like a madman.
Oh. Hee.
Damn it. Carl jabs at his communicator. He presses so hard that his fingers have gone white from a lack of circulation. The door thuds heavily under his pounding.
Father, do you hear me? Mother's ship is about to sink. I know you must have some way to do it, so please save this ship. This is the last thing Mother left behind.
Despite Carl's wail of despair, the only answer from the communicator is the sound of static. Just when he thinks there will be no reply, the person he is calling suddenly speaks in a quiet voice.
Father, is that you? Thank God you answered. You'll save this ship, won't you?
If I were you, I'd think of how to get out of that room first rather than whine and cry about a boat when your life is in danger. It's just a tool for making money. Is it really that important? It doesn't matter if it's blown up or scuttled. When something loses its value, it doesn't matter what happens to it. You're the only one who's so dedicated to something left behind by a corpse.
No, it can't be. This is Mother's legacy. How can you care so little about it? Also, I'm still on the ship. I'm your son. You can't just abandon me now.
Abandoned you.
Jacob can't help but snort derisively at Carl's naive plea.
My biggest mistake was not abandoning you after realizing that Celia had raised you into a failure, and even going as far as to give you chance after chance to prove yourself. Including this one.
What do you mean? Are you saying you already knew about my plan? But when did you?
What do you think? Did you really think you could have entered the main control room with just your meager access privileges? And as it turns out, not letting you in was the right thing to do. I placed you in charge of things just once, and you fucked it all to hell. Not only did those PMC dolls run circles around you, they also managed to steal all the data in the main control room. And now, they even got their hands on over 170 gladiator dolls. Exactly what do you think qualifies you to talk terms with me? You are the one who sank this ship, and you did it with your own hands.
Sheesh! Thanks, Dad! Love you too! Jacob's judgment is like a cold blade, sinking deep into Carl's heart. Carl clutches the communicator tightly, muttering to himself, unable to believe what he's hearing. No, it's not over yet. I can remotely trigger those dolls' self-destruct programming. I can destroy the evidence. We can still turn things around.
Now I am completely certain that you are even more of a mindless idiot than those dolls. They blew up the remote control server with their chopper before they left. You have well and truly fucked things up now.
What? Upon realizing that there is no coming back from this, Carl slumps to the ground. This isn't my fault. Those damn dolls were only able to take advantage of the situation because I didn't get the full beta virus. It's not my fault. You just gave me another chance.
Another chance? You still want another chance? The company's had its hands full dealing with FABN recently. The CEO is tearing his hair out by the handfuls over them. Did you know that? And you choose now of all times to pull off a stunt like this? There will be no more chances for you.
Carl's mouth hangs open as he looks at the door that will not open for him. He does not even have the words to deny his father's words.
As a child, you fooled around with high-grade parts like they were toys. It was like watching a monkey with a Kalashnikov. After all these years, you're still the same as when Celia was around. You haven't grown a bit. You don't even qualify to be an obstacle for me, let alone my successor.
So, once something loses its value, it doesn't matter what happens to it. That includes me too, right?
If you were this smart each time, you wouldn't have ended up like this.
Jacob's words are casual, but they hit Carl like a punch to the gut. In Carl's memory, this is the first time his father has ever praised him. But it seems it will also be the last. No. You're my father. You wouldn't do this. Right? You won't do this to me, right? Everything I did was to make you proud. Ever since Mother died, I've been working hard, all this time.
Don't bring up that mother of yours.
Jacob suddenly explodes with rage. His resentment that has festered for so many years is finally pouring out.
I wouldn't even have married that dumb bitch if she wasn't from the Orlok conglomerate. She made a fortune and all she did was sit on it, making a bunch of worthless toys or donating to charity. Not only did she criticize me for obtaining 16 Labs doll tech, she was even planning to reveal the secrets between me and the CEO to the public. And so she had to die. And good fucking riddance to her. Ooh, lore! Delicious lore. And even after her death, she left someone like you behind. I've been living in her shadow for far too long. You should have died along with Celia.
What? So you're saying... You killed Mother? The nearby portholes collapse under the force of the explosion, and glass rains down like hell. Carl's communicator falls to the ground, emitting a shrill error tone. Carl screams at it, but it will never answer him again, and the roiling flames consume his final words. You extinguished the sparks Mother left behind.
Damn! Lordrum with domestic abuse. We love to see it. So that's why Lynn mentioned that the base layer of the GR dolls is the same as the IOP dolls. Forward onto dawn. Strike forward while looking the wounds of the past straight in the eye. That is the meaning of your suffering. Damn, okay. And like, who was it that commented? Oh, Equinox. Wannabe dumbass versus professional douche. Yeah, that's so real. Like, damn! With a dad like that, no wonder he came out like that. Sheesh! I love this line, though. That is the meaning of your suffering. Damn, okay. Wait, I'm gonna save the quote. Okay. Let's go. Bribery records for government officials. Illegal doll transaction logs. Altered records for the ship's environmental emissions. The UR group has quite the litany of sins to its name. Frostfall Squad is going through the data link copied from the main control room. It is certainly quite impressive. There's a breakdown for the MV Navale's income and expenditure here too.
Let me see. Whoa, this is actually kind of scary. They make more in one day than our squad does in 1 month.
It's just as we thought. The income from the entertainment was minuscule compared to the illegal betting on the doll arena. Well, we can now be completely certain that the UR group was controlling and running the doll arena. They could make a killing from the black market and use that opportunity to utilize their otherwise effective dolls. The UR group wins either way. The beta virus was probably developed for that purpose and tested on the arena dolls.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, don't you think you should get your frame check out, LIND? It would be bad if there were traces of that virus left behind in your Nero cloud.
Don't worry, I'm not weak enough to be taken over by an incomplete virus. I'm more interested in why it works on IOP dolls. Wasn't it meant to target UR group dolls?
LIND, are you saying you suspect that the UR group stole 16 Labs doll technology?
LIND nods.
This virus isn't like normal programs. Its right locations and logic will require a target with highly similar base layer code for it to work.
But if the base layer code were too similar, then it will essentially be intellectual property theft. If that's really true, we can use the evidence from the doll arena as proof of the UR group's crimes and make them pay for what they've done. Indeed. Even without the technology theft, Just the proof of their crimes is enough to bring the UR group to court. I'll contact Miss Helen now. Once we get back, we'll verify the matter ASAP. I can't fucking read. I'm pretty sure what we found will help the commander and Miss Kalina out in some way. Cheongyu opens a comm channel to Helian and begins sending over what she's learned. After receiving Helian's reply, Cheongyu's stern expression softens considerably. I have good news. Miss Helian managed to find a neutral organization that's willing to take in the dolls from the arena and help them clear out the remaining beta virus into nether clouds.
Really? That's great! They'll finally be able to shake up the UR group's control.
Additionally, the organization will provide them with counseling and support them as they reintegrate into human society. Not only will they be able to remove the UR group's influence, these souls will also receive a chance to make a fresh start. You did very well, LIND. Which organization is that? I want to know. LIND doesn't answer, only leaning against the cabin wall in silence. The scorching pain from the virus infection still aches in her body, and a sense of survivor's guilt envelops her. LIND reflexively looks down at her trembling hands.
No, don't cry now!
I'm sorry. Yeah? Lind, Little was praising you. Why are you apologizing? I mean, all this happened because I went off without permission and acted alone, right? And I even asked to change the plan at the last minute for selfish reasons. If anything had happened to you all because of that, then I...
LIND swallows the rest of her words. The three of them quickly exchange glances, then they head over to LIND's side as one.
Same, Irma, same.
What's this, Lind? Are you actually worried about us? Relax, we're all okay, right? I believe our squad exists to support each other, understand each other, and to encourage each other. And in the end, your plan turned out fine.
Yes, Tira and Tololo are correct. I know what kind of feelings must have motivated you, LIND. Your unwillingness to let Griffin wither away, the anger that drove you to save your fellow dolls, the pain you felt when you thought you had involved us in your trouble. The truth is, we're all the same.
The same?
Correct. Cheonyu gently pats LIND on the shoulder and smiles tenderly. As members of Frostfall Squad, we all have the same goal. We simply see things from different perspectives. Ultimately, I'm also partially responsible for this. I didn't communicate my thoughts clearly with you, which led to you feeling like you had to take everything on by yourself. So don't blame yourself anymore and relax a little.
Okay.
LIND looks up, her eyes filled with gratitude. It is then that Cheongyu notices the wound Kevin and made on LIND's arm. Here, I'll help take care of that for you. Cheongyu takes out the repair kit and patches up the cut with a gentle touch and practiced skill. The pain from the wound makes LIND wince.
Yeah. Why don't you turn off your pain modus, Lind? Patching what's up hurts, you know?
She can't!
The truth is, I can't disable my frame's pain models. Why not? Doesn't that mean you've been enduring all that pain during each battle?
LIND falls silent and then nods.
Well, I wouldn't say enduring it. After all, I'm used to it now. I was an experimental doll used in clinical trials. Part of the reason why Carl kidnapped me was because of that.
What? LIND doesn't feel the disgust or awkwardness she expected when discussing this part of her history that she didn't want to disclose. Instead, she feels free.
My first memories of this world were an icy-cold research institute and endless days of clinical trials. My frame received special modifications in order to meet certain experimental requirements. Not being able to switch off my pain modus was one of them. But doesn't that make fighting an everyday life really inconvenient? Why don't we ask Miss Elian to change out your frame when you get back? I'm sure she'll be able to think of something.
Lynn shakes her head.
One of Griffin's researchers asked me the same question when I first came to Griffin. He said that human sensory feedback will affect my performance in battle and recommended that I change to a more convenient body. But I refused. Wasn't that a good chance to do it? Why did you say no? I didn't know why I did it back then. I just did it out of reflex. Same thing with my name. I ought to be repulsed by the name LIND. The lab I was in gave it to me, and it contains all the painful memories from back then. But even after getting the chance to change my name, I still chose this one. At that time, I didn't know why I was so insistent on it. But now, I think I'm slowly beginning to understand.
Lynn looks at her friends.
Back then, I thought I existed to be a test subject, and that my pain was the only value I had. To deny this pain will be to deny my entire life and the reason I had for existing. It was in Griffin that I came to understand the true worth of a doll. And it was my bonds with everyone that helped me realize that I could keep going forward, even while carrying the pain of the past, and that I could fight to protect others.
Crying, shaking.
I mean, the first step of accepting your past is being able to look it in the eye, right? LIND. And that's why I won't change my body, and I won't change my name. Frostfall Squad made me feel like I belonged, and you helped me understand my reason for existing. Thank you all for that.
A can of cool fruit juice suddenly presses itself against Lynn's cheek. Lynn looks back and sees Chira grinning at her, waving a pack of snacks she squared away for a moment like this.
Aw, don't be so gloomy, LIND. Frostfall is a home for 4, which means we're all essential to it. Makes perfect sense, right? Just like how you can't leave us, we can't leave you either.
That's right. We're only able to handle difficult missions because we have you around. Whether in the past, present, or future, we will always fight side by side.
Yep. In order to celebrate yet another perfectly completed mission, let's throw a party when we get back to base.
Correction. It will be an after-crisis review meeting. Fortunately, the gold chip that Leader and Tira brought back is worth quite some money. Indeed. Not only have we solved a current financial emergency, I've also managed to come up with a promising action plan for the future. With Tololo's observation skills, the support from Tira's items, Lynn's combat power and my planning ability, we managed to demonstrate exceptional results in rescuing the hostages and have proven that we can handle similar tasks of the same kind in the future. I believe that Frostfall Squad's reputation will soon spread far and wide. The communicator rings. Upon seeing the name on it, Cheonju smiles. It's from Miss Elian. Let's take it together. The 4 members of Frostfall Squad look at each other and smile. Then, as one, they press the receive button. As the helicopter rises through the last of the collapsed particle clouds, the warm light of dawn shines on their faces. This is Frostfall Squad. Mission complete. We're heading home.
Aw, that was so sweet! Can we talk about just how wholesome Frostfall is? Like, sure, they got their banter, but they actually care about each other and their futures together. Yeah, they're so cute! Damn, man, they're so cute. I love them. They all deserve the headpats for sure. So happy and hopeful. Lovely. Can't wait to be punched in the face by Deep Oblivion. When? Like next week? Even someone with a painful past can still move forward for the sake of protecting others. Okay, I love LIND now. How are my tickets doing? Okay-ish. Okay-ish. You'll get Leva in 10 poll trust. I have her guaranteed. We already saw it, but when Carl treated Griffin and Kruger like it was some nobody's PMC, I laughed out loud. He has no idea. Yeah, it was like, bro has no idea. Bro does not know. Let's just go back to chatting for a bit. I'm just gonna close the game just in case that is what's causing the computer issues. But yeah, it was like, bro does not know. I think Kai was born yet when SF were wreaking havoc. I think I was a mere toddler when Frankfurt happened. History lessons are a thing. Who are you gonna vote for the next skin? I don't know. I haven't seen the options. Is it like all dolls that are out? You know what I mean? I might go for wife. Also, I don't know, because I don't know if I like the skin, whatever skin they will give her. I might risk it. Don't think Cargo does history lessons as sheltered as he was? Yeah. But yeah, I'll probably go Leva. To no one's surprise. To absolutely no one's surprise. I'll probably go Leva. Hopefully they're Kluke again. Yeah, I love Kluke, but she already has a bunch of skins. Leva in 10, I believe. We'll believe in Leva in 10 pulls. Here's a crew pulling 6 Levas within 40 pulls, could you imagine? Sorry, A12, I'll get you next time. I need to ring 404 together. Yeah, if I had known everything was coming like so soon, I will have probably waited. Because I want Leva, Lena, and Ro. So, you know, life is gonna be hard for me. Leva is the only one who can fight Kluke in global, also I'll go with Ro. I think it depends also on when they put it up. But I mean, if it's like during... I think it depends also on when they put it up. But I mean, if it's like